everyone. So today I felt like getting on here and doing my Amazon must-haves. I've seen this going around YouTube recently, and I am a big Amazon shopper like most people are. And over the last couple of years especially, I have accrued some items that I just think are super handy, super important, very usable, user-friendly, and just things that I think everybody could benefit from. So I just put together my little list, and let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to mention, I actually have on right now, I purposely did that for this video, are these little tie-dye headbands. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pack. Okay, you get 6 of them, and you get all different colors. I mostly wear the pink, but I like the dark blue too, and I like the variety. Basically, the reason I really like these is because they do not slip on my hair. I have the tendency to have very smooth hair because I have healthy hair. I've never dyed it in my life, so curls don't stay in it, and I just have issues with things like slippery headbands staying in it. These stay for hours, if not the entire day, which is really a success for me because I have had those headbands in the past where you have to constantly take them out and adjust them and keep like redoing them, and it's such a pain. I just want to put a headband in that's going to last, that's going to keep my hair back and look cute in the process. So tie-dye is definitely coming back. I'm seeing that all around with like sweatshirts and hats and things like that. So thought it was a cute little design, and I'm just really pleased that it sticks. It doesn't have any of the teeth or anything in it. It is just smooth all over, and it stays really well. So if you have that same issue, you might benefit from something like this. Also, you can wear it a little skinnier or a little wider. This is kind of a little tucked in the back, but there's oftentimes I'll wear it completely wide and it goes to like here. So it can get quite wide, but I really enjoy them. Sticking with the beauty items, I really recommend these little shavers. You can probably find these in drugstores too, but I got a 3-pack on Amazon of these, and they are pretty sharp, but what I really like to use them for is like trimming the tops of my brows. So I do my brows at home by myself, and I usually just tweeze, but if I want to just trim because they get a little unruly from time to time, you just kind of go in there and swipe up and clean them up. It works really well. It works for facial hair in general. If you want to do some dermaplaning and you want to make your skin really smooth for makeup application, these are your go-to item. And honestly, they last a really long time too. If you're not doing much with them, so if you're only doing like a little bit of your brow cleanup, I've used one for like months. So don't throw them out after the first try either because the sharpness lasts. So I really recommend these. Another face product that I actually want to do an in-depth review on, so I might do that next, are these reusable cotton pads. So I think it's a 24 pack, and I got these probably a month or two ago because I've wanted them for quite some time. You know, whenever I take my makeup off at night, I use cotton pads, and I double cleanse. So I use my cellar water first, and then I go in with another cleanser. And when I use both these methods, I use at least 2 cotton pads every time. And I just felt that it was kind of wasteful when it's a personal product and I could get a reusable product. And I felt that I was just also spending excess money on these cotton pads that I didn't need to. So I invested in these, which they're not expensive, by the way. Pretty much anything in this video is not going to be terribly expensive. There's like one item that's a little more up there, and you'll see why. But pretty much everything is in that like 10 to 30 range, okay? So totally affordable. But yeah, so I got these and I've tested them out. They come with this little mesh bag. You can see I have a couple dirty ones in here. I throw them in here and I'll throw it in the wash every week or every other week depending on how much I wear makeup these days. But I don't even put stain remover on them or anything. Sometimes there'll be a little bit of like mascara stained or something like that if I was wearing heavier makeup. But overall, they wash out pretty well. They stay pretty white. And I really enjoy them. So I just feel like I'm being less wasteful, and they do the job. So I'll put the micellar water on, I'll squirt it on, I'll take off like my base makeup and pretty much everything, and then I'll take another one and I'll do the rest of my eye makeup and the mascara that's kind of more difficult to take off. So yeah, I recommend them. All right, last beauty products I want to talk about are a shampoo and a conditioner. So my hairstylist for my wedding recommended that I get these when I did my trial a few months before the wedding, just because my hair I think needed to be a little cleaned a little bit better. I do use a drugstore shampoo. I know it's not the best thing to use, so it doesn't surprise me that I had some product buildup and stuff like that. So she had me get this Neutrogena anti-residue shampoo, and I use this once a week or once every other week. Really, it's most of the time once every other week. And this kind of just resets your hair. It gets all of the extra gunk out, and I really, really like that. I feel like cleaner when I use this. I feel smoother, cleaner, just overall better when I use this. And I did order both of these hair products from Amazon. They work really well. I know sometimes some of the beauty products are not the best to get off Amazon, such as like makeup and skincare could be a little finicky, but these products are A1. Next, it's this Arvazalia. I think I'm saying that right. Sorry, it's a little gunky from the shower. A hydrating argan oil mask. So I basically use this in place of a regular conditioner. I use it as conditioner. It's a deep conditioner. So what I'll do is I use it both with this and the regular shampoo, and I just I'll take a little bit. My hair is shorter now, so when it was longer, I would use more of it. Just put it on your ends. You don't want to obviously get it in your roots and everything, make it greasy. I'll comb it through, and I'll just kind of hang out there for like, I try to keep it in at least 5 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer if maybe I'm shaving and I got more going on. But even if you leave it in for just a couple minutes, it really does hydrate your hair, like very quickly, very easily, and it's awesome. So that hair combination, that product combination has changed my hair. Now again, I'm someone who doesn't dye my hair. I don't have those issues, so I'm not sure. I can't promise the results for people who dye their hair or have super, super damaged hair, but I could bet at least this would be really helpful for you just because it is super hydrating. So anybody who has dry hair, split ends, anything like that. As we make our way into some other household products, this is kind of a happy medium product. So I mentioned that I was getting these, I think a video or two ago. These are actually, I think they're pencil cases if you want to be very technical. They are all different colors, so purple is my favorite color, that's why I grabbed this one, but purple, blue, pink, orange, yellow, and maybe another color. Comes in a 24 pack, so you get a bunch of them for like $9 or something like that. I use these as reusable brush set holders right now. So coronavirus is real, and I have slowly but surely been able to get back to some sort of work. And as you guys know, I do a lot of professional makeup. So right now, Connecticut is only allowing us to do this much makeup. So it's just like the eyes and forehead and stuff. But I'm still accommodating that for my brides. So what I did was I had recently finished completing 8 full brush sets. Okay, which you've seen in my last video, which I'll link below. Of like a haul of just getting all the same kind of brushes so that I know they work well. And I wanted to keep them all separate, okay? I could use just regular bags that are disposable, but again, I felt that was just super wasteful, not only of the product, but of my money. And right now, I've put so much money into reopening and getting back to work that I just didn't want to have another, one-time use product go to waste. So, got these. They have worked beautifully. So not only, as you can see, they fit brushes, including this tall guy right here, okay? Still got some room up here. I mean, this is a full brush set. This is face and eyes and lips. Like, this is a whole, as you can see, there's a bunch of brushes, at least a dozen, probably more in here. And it fits really, really well. It's compact. and I'm able to fit 8 of these in my kit. Okay, so, and they're very easy to sanitize. It's just like reusable plastic. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll wash all my brushes, keep those aside, and then I'll take this and I'll, wipe it down a couple times with the appropriate wipes, and I'll just let it air dry, and it's amazing. So I definitely recommend these, especially for professional makeup artists. But honestly, if you need a pencil case, if you need a brush holder, anything you need that you would benefit from being able to see what's in here and reuse it, it's like $9. This is one of my favorite buys recently, so love them. Staying on the reusable kick, I have been on a health and wellness journey the past few years, which a bunch of you probably know. Um, just I've talked about it on the podcast and things like that. But basically, overall, I've been kind of overhauling my lifestyle, right? So what I eat, what I take vitamin wise, and eliminating fragrances as much as possible from my life, so I don't burn candles anymore. I don't wear fragrances, things like that. I have fragrance-free body wash and all of that, lotion. So all in an effort to make me healthier and just live a better quality of life. I've struggled with severe asthma, migraines, all this stuff for a long time. And so another way of doing that was replacing some of my kitchenware. So just like most people, for the longest time, I used just regular plastic containers. But, I found even if they're BPA free, you still technically, you shouldn't be heating your food in a plastic container just because it can still kind of seep into your food over time slowly. And that's obviously, that can just cause disturbances in your body. So I have slowly, there went that. Where'd it go? There it is. I have slowly but surely been converting to Pyrex glass dishes and containers. So this is just a little one just to give you an idea, but I'm going to link below. I got a whole set for like $30. It was like an 18-piece set to kind of get me started with a variety of sizes. And then I recently also got a couple larger, like 11-cup containers, because sometimes we make stuff in like bulk, and so I need bigger containers. So it's been really interesting, but honestly, I really love it. So first of all, they come in like different colors. So if you want to be all matchy-matchy and get all the red, or if you want to have like variety set, up to you. But I will tell you, it's funny because I feel like a legitimate adult with glassware now. It's like I've upgraded. It's weird. Like going from plastic everything to glass everything. I mean, maybe it's because you have to be more careful with it. Obviously, you can break it easier if you drop it or something. But I don't know. I feel more sophisticated. Like, I got like glass everything. Okay, so. But anyways, it's healthier for you. It's not expensive. It's really not more expensive than stocking up on plastic containers. Let me tell you, some of these plastic containers that I've had to replace over time because they melt in spots or they crack or things like that, I actually feel like these are going to last longer. Again, as long as I don't break them. But yeah, so that has been a nice switch for me. On top of that, I have these little measuring spoons. I only have one here because we are not great at keeping them on the little ring. We kind of just throw them in the drawer. But again, had plastic measuring spoons for the longest time, so part of it being plastic, but the other part, honestly, I just wanted good quality measuring spoons now. It was like $10 for a set of these. I always got the plastic ones from Dollar Tree just to kind of save money, but we've found, again, they're just breaking, because what happens is over time, if you're like digging in something repetitively, the plastic here will just tire out and it'll break. That was happening a lot. And yeah, just these are better quality. They're like stainless steel and they're gonna last forever. So I'll probably get another set, honestly. But again, I really, as I get older, I'm trying to invest in things that are going to last longer, so you're not wasting money, and yeah, just better quality stuff. And I think that's something that definitely comes with age, is what I'm getting. Another thing on that bandwagon while we're in the kitchen are these chip clips. So, another thing I would get from Dollar Tree, I would get the cheap plastic ones, and they always had the little coils that would like spring out of them, or it would just break in half, whatever. We would lose them, and just stuff like that. So, I think this is a 12 pack of chip clips from Amazon, and first of all, they have these little rubber spots here so that they stay on the bag really nicely. They're not gonna like fly off or slip off. Different colors again. Again, these are also kind of like a stainless steel material, so I just think they're a step up from the plastic chip clips, and they're gonna last longer. And plus, we got a 12 pack, so we're not gonna lose them all that fast. So, yeah, I don't know. As I get older, like one thing we really want in our next house is a bigger kitchen with more storage and more abilities, because the kitchen is so important, just because you cook more as you get older, you experiment with new recipes, things like that. And so I feel like upgrading my kitchen essentials has been awesome. The last thing in the kitchen is this little chain length scrubber, cleaner, I don't know what you call it. It's a chain link thing for the kitchen. And this is for cleaning a cast iron pan. So we got a cast iron pan for our wedding, which I think is a pretty typical ask and a typical thing on a wedding registry. Again, it's been one of those things that we kind of upgraded with our kitchen because it takes more maintenance to take care of a cast iron pan and to keep it oiled and all that stuff, but it has been a really nice experience because it does cook your food really well. It is really nonstick, and it'll last forever if you take care of it. When we first got the cast iron skillet, I didn't know how to clean it well though, because I knew you couldn't like submerge it in water and use a lot of detergent and soap and stuff like that. You had to be very careful. So I was confused, and you couldn't use a regular sponge. So I tried getting like one of those brushes from Amazon. It didn't really work well for that purpose. It actually ended up working well for general like hand washing dishes, but not that. So then I talked to someone who I know, and he's like a food connoisseur, and he basically said, he's like, no, you have to get a chain link, again, whatever it's called. I'm like totally blanking on the name. Again, something that's like $10. This has like changed my life because I never knew it existed. I never knew that's how you clean these, but it's so simple. So basically, I'll put some water on it. So I'll let the cast iron skillet cool. I'll get whatever excess grease out of it, and then I will put a little bit of water in, and I'll just rotate this in the pan. And it's really loud, but I'll do that a couple times, and it just cleans it. And then I'll go on to, doing the olive oil and, redoing that and everything. But, yeah, I mean, it works like a charm, because I think because you're not really using soap, it's able to get in there and get the grit and get everything off without ruining the pan, but also being able to really get in there. So, that's been really helpful. So if you're like me, if you're a little bit younger and it's your first experience with a cast iron pan, a cast iron skillet, get that. Just start with that. Don't try anything else. Get that, and it'll work, I promise. So I guess this is kind of a kitchen thing. It's where I keep it. But I got this for Missy. This is a little like lick mat, and it's basically meant to mentally stimulate them, physically stimulate them. You put like little treats, or in our case, we put peanut butter on here. You can also put some type of food, and it's supposed to just prolong their eating. So maybe they're a really fast eater and they get like acid reflux, or they throw it up or stuff like that. This will help if you're just trying to distract them. Like I got it to distract her from thunderstorms and fireworks. Doesn't always work, but in general, it's just a nice little gadget to have, just to let her enjoy a treat here and there. It sticks to places, so this is also a really good idea. We haven't tried it yet. It probably would work really well for her in the bath, because she does not like baths. So if you just stick this on the wall of the bath, and then they're just like licking away while you wash them, again, they're distracted and a little less stressed, because she's a little dog. She gets stressed in a lot of situations, loud noises, baths, that. So this just kind of comes in handy. We'll just spread the peanut butter, and she'll go to town. The first time she did this, 30 minutes. 30 minutes she was just going, licking away, didn't have a care in the world, and it was great. So I recommend this. It's a little cheaper than the other companies out there that have like basically the same thing. So it's like 10 bucks, I think. And it works really well. Last year I was working a wedding. I was in the middle of busy wedding season, and all of a sudden my right foot, the bottom of it, was killing me. I didn't know what happened, okay? So yes, I don't always wear the most supportive footwear when I'm working weddings, but this was unlike any other pain I've ever had in my foot. Like, I've twisted my ankle before. It was not that. So what I ended up finding out is I had fasciitis, plantar fasciitis, which basically means like the arch area of your foot, to give you an idea, is like really tight and it just hurts, okay? It's really painful to walk on, to stand on, and if you don't do anything about it, one, it could get worse, and two, it's just not pleasant. And I thought it was something that I'm like, I don't want to just pop ibuprofen forever and, get used to that. I thought it was something I could fix. So, not only did I like have a massage, because I would get monthly massages back when that was allowed, and to keep up with just my back and everything. So that kind of helped. But on top of it, from the day to day, I got these pressure socks. So this was something that was recommended to me when I asked on Facebook. I'm pretty sure this was an exact one that was linked to me. They're SB socks. Again, all links will be in the description. But these worked really well. I think there's different sizes. So I'm pretty sure it's like a small, medium, or something like that, because I have smaller feet. But these, basically, they're just pressure socks. So they're stretchy, but they're pretty tight. They're meant to be compression socks, okay? So the heel goes here, and they go around your ankle and your foot, basically up to your toes. And I ideally wear these at night when I feel like it's starting to act up, or I just haven't done it in a while and I just want to keep on it. I have worn them in the day, though. I don't typically wear them during the day, though, when like I have to have footwear on. So I'll wear them around the house when I'm just at home, just because it's kind of weird with footwear. But these, if my foot is starting to feel a little sore and like, ooh, maybe it's going to trigger something, I'll put these on for a few hours and it's completely gone. So sometimes, like even in quarantine, when I've been doing workouts, I just have triggered it a little bit and it's like, ooh, that doesn't feel good. So sometimes I'll ice it a little bit beforehand, but even if I don't, these just do the trick. These make my feet feel so much better after like the first try. After a full night, you're good. So if you have really severe plantar fasciitis, obviously I recommend going to see a medical professional, but on top of it, this will definitely help get you through. I can't promise it'll be like the be all end all for everybody, but it at least will help. So yeah, get these if you're having pain. Next, I have this little like key holder, okay? I saw this actually on TikTok. I guess this would be one of those TikTok made me buy it kind of things. And it basically just comes with the ring, this little white keychain, and this little green keychain, and then these two gold keychains. And this is where I have like my keys and stuff like that. So I love this. I had for the longest time one of those carabiners, had all my keys on it. First of all, I downsized. I used to have more of these little like tags, and I finally just put a few essentials on there so it looks better. But I wanted something new, and what I really like about this is that it like goes on your arm, so it's really convenient like when you have grocery bags or you just need your hands to carry something. And what I really like about this, I get in my car and I just plop it on the the stick shift. Not the stick shift. Is it called a stick shift if it's automatic? Wow, I'm blanking on that too. Where you go like park and rear and drive and all that. So I'll just plop it on so that I always know where my keys are and never lose them. And yeah, I just really love it. It's really cute too, is the thing. I really like the color. There's tons of different colors and patterns. And again, like $9, something like that. So I like it. It's a little pretty upgrade for my keys and it makes me happy. Okay, another thing that has helped my body physically is this. This is a foam roller. I was like, I know it's a roller, and I forgot the word foam for a minute. It is a foam roller. it is a long one, so it's not one of those half, like there's some that are cut in half. It's really long. So, which is good, I think, because it helps to really get in some of those body parts. But basically, it's a long foam roller. It's smooth. It has like these little raised bumps, but it's a smooth one. So my massage therapist had recommended this for me because I have a lot of back problems, okay? I've had a few back injuries throughout my life, upper and lower. So I just need to keep up with it, or else it flares really bad and could make me not be able to move, which is not very good, especially for my profession, since I have to be like this, like working on the client. So she recommended I get one of these for at home. So what I do is, you can use this for your whole body. I mean, there's people who like are athletes, they do this all the time when they work out because it does help to roll out your muscles after working out, just to kind of get those knots out and make sure you're not tensing up too much, and it helps with healing the muscles. But I mostly use it for my back. So if it's especially like I get this little knot in my upper back, and especially it happens after sleeping, just because I guess you get tighter like when you're sleeping, you're not moving as much. So when I get up in the morning, I'll just take this and I'll roll out my upper back really quickly, and it really does the job. Like when you can't get a massage, when your man won't massage you, when the stretches that you do just aren't hitting it, hit it with this, and it helps a whole bunch. So it's an Amazon Basics brand. It was just the one that was recommended to me, but it works really well. You just put it on the floor and, like, look up foam rolling tutorials for the spot you're looking to foam roll, because there are right and wrong ways to do it. So I don't want to tell you, because I feel like that's not my place. But just make sure you're doing it so you don't injure yourself. But just really helpful for someone who is in chronic pain. It's really helpful. Again, like these things that help with pain and you're not taking medication, all that stuff, I really, really recommend. Last item. So, last but not least, this is the one that I was talking about that is a little bit more expensive than the rest of the items. This is $90, but it is worth every penny. And it is the Bissell Power Fresh Deluxe Steam Mop. Okay? So this is what it looks like. It doesn't have a little pad on it right now. This literally just uses distilled water, and it heats it up and it goes through the mop head, and it works like a charm. So you plug it in, there's 2 mop heads. I use the regular one most times. The more aggressive one they don't recommend for frequent use on laminate, and it gets all the stickiness. You can go back and forth a few times if you need one area more. You can kind of leave it for a couple seconds. And it makes the floor feel so smooth. I actually use this over the whole house now, and I prefer it so much more to the other kind of mop I was using with another cleaner. There's no weird fragrance or smell, there's no harsh chemicals, and it just gets any kind of stickiness up. Stickiness from the kitchen or the hairspray or anything, so I hugely recommend this. It's still under $100, so for an appliance like this that's going to last forever and works really well, I still recommend it, because we have all hard floors in our house, so it's definitely worth the investment. So that's it for this video. I know it was really in-depth, but I wanted to be able to share my thoughts on why these products are so amazing with all of you. I definitely recommend you check them out. Everything will be linked down below in the description box. But let me know some of your Amazon must-haves, because I am always adding to my wish list. I'm always shopping on there, and when I find a good deal on something that I have been looking for, I jump on it. So let me know your thoughts as well and your faves, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!